Council meeting for Monday, November 24th, 2025. I will call the meeting to order. And I'll stand up and say pledge of allegiance, please. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America, to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you. Okay, roll call please, Cheryl.
Bill Meyer.
Yep.
Adam Ryder.
Yes.
Matt Charity.
Yeah.
Okay, and for approval of the agenda, we need to add a setting of the public hearing for December 8th for the purchase approval, and that is due to the public.
Budget amendment.
Oh, it's a budget amendment? Okay, sorry, budget amendment. And that is due to getting it to the paper in time for the amendment, so.
I'll make a motion to approve the agenda with the addition as presented.
Does that work, Cheryl? Okay, second? Second. And roll call, please.
Bill Meyer.
Yes.
Adam Ryder.
Yes.
Matt Charity.
Yeah.
Okay, number 5, we'll skip. Number 6, the consent agenda. I have something for that too. There's just a correction in the meeting minutes from 11:10. The correction was in one of the lines that said Tubman Park. It was meant to be Peppermint Park. So just a clarification on that, because it's already went to the paper. So with that being said, any other questions or comments with anything on there?
I'll make a motion to approve the consent agenda as presented.
Second?
Second.
And roll call, please.
Adam Ryder.
Yes.
Bill Meyer.
Yep.
Matt Charity.
Yeah.
Okay, number 7, discuss and consider approval of the annual financial report for fiscal year 24 and 25. You want to fill us in on this, Cheryl?
Yeah. Our auditors do the annual finance report after their exam, and it's just basically a rundown of all the revenues and other financing sources, all the expenditures and other finance uses, and any transfers. It's just all laid out per department, and it just shows that it's just something that has to get submitted to the Department of Management every year. And like I said, the auditors have all the documents to perform this test, so they are the ones that put it together, and I just have to submit it to the Department of Management, so
Just a yearly thing we gotta
Yeah.
do for the auditor, like Cheryl said, and get it approved and filed to the state.
I'll make a motion to approve the annual financial report for the fiscal year 2024-25.
Okay, second?
Second.
Roll call, please.
Matt Charity.
Yeah.
Adam Ryder.
Yes.
Bill Meyer.
Yes.
Number 8, discuss and consider approval of the Wellmark renewal for 2026. So it's that time again when we need to start talking about insurance and renewing and all that good stuff. So I don't think anything, do you want to decide on it tonight, or do you want to?
We don't have to, we can just kind of run through what it looks like. I think I put it in the council updates. we received the renewal from Wellmark, and the rate came in this year with a 6.36% increase on the medical and no increase on the dental. So if we basically have no changes in the number of employees or anyone going from single to family or vice versa, the total status would be an annual increase of $6,779.52. If we would renew this plan, we would save our grandmother status that we've been able to keep ever since the Affordable Care Act came out, and that basically prevents us from having to go out on the marketplace for any insurance. I also put together what it would look like if it was budgeted for. And let's see if I can make that just a little bigger. So currently, our annual, or monthly premiums total $9,553. With the renewal, that would increase to, it would go from 114,600 annually to 122 annually. That, 6,000 that was on the renewal, that did not include, the health insurance, or the dental and the life insurance, so figured those in there, for the and that's on the yellow line there. So a re-estimation is needed for the, when we do the budget, I just put those numbers in there. So, and then the budget for 26-27, I typically budget in an increase, and that at 15%, just going on the high side. We haven't had that big of an increase in a very long time, but you just never know. So the total annual budget for next year would be like 131. Then if you add the life insurance in there, that would be an additional $4,471. Last year we did levy for the other benefits. So once you take out this employee contributions, the employees contribute $15,774.96, plus the split for Tracy's insurance. So those two combined brings our total budget of what the city out of pocket would be to $117,559. And if we would levy for all the health insurance for the administrative people, police, library, we could levy for about 60,000 of that, which brings the total cost of the city after the funds come back in from the levy at about $58,500. So I didn't think a 6.36% increase was bad. We've heard a lot of numbers over the other cities, and it's kind of right in the middle where everybody else is. And last year we had that great big reduction. We had over a 36% decrease, so overall, and the employee contributions didn't go down last year. We kept paying the same regardless. So I think with that being said, it outweighs, and I would recommend renewing as is, but that can still be determined if anyone has any questions or thinks otherwise. We have to have it approved by the end of December, so if we want to wait and actually think about it a little bit before next meeting, we can do that. And just wanted to give you the preliminary numbers that we know the renewal is set at, so.
Okay, yeah, no, that's good to know, and then, yeah, let's table it until the next meeting on the 8th, and then, yeah, give everybody some time to look anything over that they wanna look at, and, but I don't, I mean, I don't see a reason to deviate from anything that we've been doing, just in case.
budget, so, yeah, it hasn't really cost the city any more money than in, recent years, so.
Yeah, okay. Sounds good. Does anybody have any questions about any of that? Okay. Perfect, all right. Well, thanks for putting that spreadsheet together. That makes it really easy to read and understand.
Yep.
Okay, so let's table that until the 8th, and then we'll fill out a full council, and we can vote on that. Move forward. Okay, number 9, discuss and consider approval of purchase agreement for Kilburg Land LLC. As you guys all are aware, we agreed on a price to purchase the old creamery location from the Kilburg family. And so we just need to set, and that has to do with setting the public hearing, right, all that stuff,
No,
the budget?
no,
Doesn't-
just the budget amendment.
Okay, okay,
Well, we need a budget amendment to spend the $185,000, because obviously it's something that just came up,
Right.
we didn't budget for it.
right,
So,
sorry, yeah, the purchase agreement and they're
It-
separate, but
in a way, it does
together.
go hand in hand. It does go hand in hand,
Yeah.
that was the reason to add the budget amendment hearing,
Yes.
but, yeah. This real estate purchase agreement was drafted and approved by, our city attorney. It was presented to the Kilburg's attorney. They approved it with no changes, and, it does include Exhibit B, which is the, lease agreement that Kuna has in place, saying that they would continue to lease it for a period of 1 year. So that is included with the total purchase agreement. We would just need to sign and execute the, purchase agreement and get it out to the attorney, and then they will set a time for closing and everything, and then, so.
Okay.
Yeah. With also that being said, after we do hold that public hearing on the 8th, we will then need to have a second meeting in December, which we typically don't have. So if we could have a short meeting with at least 3 council present to approve, to host the public hearing and approve the budget amendment. That way, it's not too late, a whole another month before we can actually pay. We don't know when the closing's gonna be, but hopefully it'll all work out in a timeline that this speeds up the process a little bit and doesn't cause any delays,
Yeah.
so. The main reason we would like to get that done, I don't wanna go ahead and spend the money and ask forgiveness later, so we. If no objections, we would approve the agreement tonight for the purchase price of $185,000.
I will make a motion to approve the purchase agreement for Kilburg Land LLC.
Second?
Second.
And roll call, please.
Ed Hardy?
Yeah.
Jill Meyer?
Yes.
Adam Ryder?
Yes. Okay, and then number 10, resolution approving transfer of funds from electric to economic development for purchase of Kilburg property in the amount of $185,000. Yeah, I mean, Cheryl and I talked about it a little bit, and she felt comfortable with taking, just, doing a transfer from the electric fund and move forward, so.
So it just consists of transferring it from transfers out from the electric fund, transfers into the economic development, and then we spend it out of that economic development once the budget amendment is approved.
Any questions or concerns with any of approve.
I'll make a motion to approve the resolution transferring the funds from electric to economic development in the amount of $185,000 for the purchase of the Kilburn property.
Second?
Second.
Roll call, please.
Adam,
Yes.
Stillmeyer,
Yep.
Matt Short.
Yeah.
Okay, and number 11, discuss and consider approval of engagement letter for the urban renewal plan and TIF ordinance update with Ehlers and Cooley. Cheryl, if you wanna touch on this too.
Kelly Brown assists 3 cities in updating their urban renewal plans. This is, last was done in 2019, so every 5 years we have to update that. And she reached out to Ehlers and Cooney for all 3 cities and has been working with them. She got with them and had our city engineers come up with a new map, adding a few places in, including a little bit more of the downtown and Harvest Heights, which is already in there, and to include, she just updated the map. I don't have a copy of the map in here yet, but I will present that after. This is just basically saying we will hire Ehlers and Cooney to prepare the amendment to the TIF ordinance and prepare the public notices and agendas for the city council to get all this properly approved and updated for our urban renewal plan. And the cost compared to last time when we had Dorsey and Whitney do it was $3,500. 5 years ago, they will do it for $4,000, so. He sent out the engagement letter saying that we will accept to hire them to do this for us, and we just need to sign it and get it back to him so we can move on with that process.
And Kelly kind of recommended with just keeping them all together. She's worked with Ehlers and Cooney in the past, so
Yeah,
she's comfortable with them, so, yeah, that's why the change, but other than that, it's pretty much the same deal as the last time we renewed it, so. Any questions or comments about the urban renewal plan or TIF?
we'll have a full review of the plan at upcoming meetings. This is just to say that we
Yeah.
want them to
Approve the Ehlers and
prepare it.
Cooney. Okay, any discussion needed on that? That's for a motion to approve.
I'll make a motion to approve the engagement letter for the urban renewal plan and TIF ordinance update with Ehlers Cooney.
Second?
Second.
Roll call, please.
Adam Ryder,
Yes.
Stillmeyer,
Yes.
Matt Short.
Yeah.
Okay, and then just jump down to other business, review of department and council updates. There's a few things on there.
Let's see what we have here. As you might have seen Chad's post today, we had the rest of our WPPI member contribution distributions go out to the Easton Valley School. I mentioned last meeting that we decided to give, what was it?
$750 the marching band, and $800 shop at the cop,
Yeah,
$1,000 for the.
we had $1,000 left through the school and outreach for the English department. We presented those checks to them at the school today. Got picture of everybody that received them. Our Shop at the Cop was with Chad. Ray, Tom was on vacation, so Ray joined me in the presentation. And the English department, Cruzy and the 2 English teachers, and Fee, and they were happy to receive that for their textbooks that goes along with their curriculum. And then we had the band director and the play director for the arts department accept a check for $750 for the band uniform fundraiser.
Perfect.
So we'll get those sent to Tom, and Chad posted his on Facebook already, but we'll make sure to recognize everybody and
Yeah.
put that on Facebook as well.
Also good to you.
City clerks in Jackson County, including myself, Lynn from Sebula, Teresa from Bellevue, along with Kelly Brown and Josh Bolk, city manager for Macokota. We had a little meeting in here and we discussed the 2080 agreement that was being considered and for the dispatching services to kind of figure out, there's never been an agreement in place for the last 30 years. We've always just continued to pay about the same amount of anyway. So they're trying to come up with a more fair way of splitting those costs with the cities. And the ultimate goal was to have the county take over. The county is not currently prepared to do that. I don't know what the transition costs going from city to county. So we reviewed some options that would allocate it more on the valuations of properties as opposed to just population. And then Josh is gonna put together the 2080 EVA agreement, present it to the Board of Supervisors and which is the county. And if they are okay with considering what he puts together for them, Josh will come to our next council meeting and present the agreement for us to approve. And also put in your packets the dispatch cost options. Currently, the county wanted to do them per capita only. So based on population, ours was gonna go up to 40. Since we do have Miles in Spragueville, they split out what costs would be for those two. And I thought we could probably recoup part of those costs with our 2080 agreements to Miles and Spragueville, which would reduce ours to about 30,000 if we went with per capita. If we go truly based on valuations, Macokota picks up the small cities and the dispatching service stays with the city of Macokota, and it doesn't transition to the county. So we would end up paying $19,000, so that would save the city $10,000, and Miles would only have to pay $53,000, Spragueville about $1,000. So that is the valuation. That's quite a bit of increase to the county, but they have the most people out there and they have the most property to assess. So it just makes the most sense to the clerks to go that way. But if we find a compromise where we would go per capita per equal weight on each with the deadline for the county to take it over in 2029, the breakdown would be that.
And how come press the Miles and Spragueville are together?
What's that?
So what's the reason press the Miles and Spragueville are together?
Because we provide the service.
That's it.
Okay. Yeah, just curious.
Yeah. So So we would be assessed that, but then we would in turn try to recoup it if we can do new 2080 agreements with them to recoup their share of the cost. So yeah, options 2 and 3 would be transferring it to the county, and option 1, these are the options they were gonna propose to the county. And Josh is gonna continue to present that, and like I said, he'll be at the December 8th meeting to try to explain it a little bit more, see what the county says, and make recommendations on an agreement. So, there's the update on that.
Yeah, no, I like seeing that breakdown, because, I don't know, it's easier to understand, I guess,
Yeah.
kind of everybody's sitting, you know, when you actually see some numbers, so.
Yeah, instead of just. right.
Yeah,
No, he's city manager, and he said during our meeting, he goes, this is the hardest thing I've ever done, try to, figure out all the legalities, and that says a lot, because he's very good at what he does, and he put a lot of time and effort in this, so hopefully everybody will give him the courtesy of attending and listening to him next meeting.
is he going around to Bellevue and
Yeah,
Sabula then
he's
too?
planning on attending all of them.
Yeah.
Let's see what else we got for dates. I lost them.
Oh, you wanna touch on the sewer?
Yeah, we talked about the Wellmark renewal, we talked about the urban renewal, the sanitary sewer. Yeah, municipal pipe tool, they had done the sewer jetting, and then they came back the following week and did the camera inspections. Some lines that need to be addressed, they found a phone line back prior to whenever Jeff was even employed, that a phone line was, a PCV pipe carrying a phone line ran right through the sewer line out on Highway 64. So, and there was also another issue on Main Street with tree roots, and they thought they could possibly fix both problems with relining of the sewer. So we haven't got the numbers back from Municipal Pipe Tool on determining what that cost would be. And Jeff at the telephone company is up for a meeting to discuss, since they caused some of the damage, even though they were unaware of it until now. We'll have to kind of have a discussion with them to see if they come to an agreement, maybe they pay part of it, or if not, we can, decide how much it is and what's, how to proceed from there.
You say that line's still active, or no? Since they went to fiber, it's probably not in use anymore.
I don't know.
Line's going
I
through the
don't
sewer.
think I wasn't told if he didn't say anything. about
Gotcha.
that, so I don't know.
Yeah, I guess it'd be nice to know. If it's
Yeah.
not, then you just.
So they must not camera every
Back out.
section every year, or?
No, this
That's
is the
what I
first time cammering has been done for a while, but Tim wanted to put it in the budget to do a section. They do jetting and have that same, he has 4 different zones that he has done. And he transfers them like on a 3 to 4 year rotation.
I was gonna say, cause I'm like, man, how do they not see this for 32 years?
Yeah, no, it hasn't been cameraed in a long time, so.
I think he said VHS was the last time.
Yeah, it was on
Wow.
video cassettes.
Yeah,
Which is a good thing, that's a good, we qualify him for wanting that service done, even with the cost of whatever it was, like.
And there's always been a problem section up on Mildred Street too, that he has that one done quite often to keep on top of it. So, we'll see how much that comes in at and go from there.
Yeah, I guess just keep us in the loop on that, and then if we need to figure out a meeting with the telephone company, or, I guess that'd be nice to know too, yeah, if it's active, if it's an active line. I was just assuming it was, but yeah, I guess it's hard to say now.
that old, it would not be.
Yeah.
We did receive the official canvas from the county on the election and the abstract of votes. That'll be on the next, probably the next meeting or maybe the first meeting in. We have to have it before January 1, but I will put all that together so you can see what that is, and then the oath of offices. We can have everybody here at the meeting. We have 4 out of the 5 of you guys that will be taking the oath, so, I'd like to do it all in one happy night if we can. But we can make it work. And I just had the reminder, if you wanna do the open meetings, open records training, Tracy reviewed that the other day, she thought it was worth a good refresher for everyone. You'll have to go to League of Cities and register. I think both, it's free, and
Mm.
December 2nd and the 16th are both virtual, right?
There,
Yeah.
How long are they?
I think it was an hour and a half,
Oh, not too bad.
not too bad.
I think one of them is in the evening, right?
Yeah,
And
I think
others
the
like during
last
the
2
day.
that are left are both in the evening.
Are they? Okay.
And I think that's all I have.
Okay. Sounds good. Okay, anybody else have anything further business? Okay, if not, I will ask for a motion to adjourn.
I'll make a motion to adjourn the meeting.
Second?
Second.
And roll call, please.
Adam Ryder,
Yes.
Matt Charity,